to this month's episode of Let's Talk Tech. Can you believe we've been doing the show for 4 full years? And this is our anniversary episode as we start our 5th season here on Village Television. It's been a wonderful experience for me, and I hope for you too. So this episode is a little different. We're going to look back at some things that happened over the last 4 years and start with my interview with Lisa Hart on this day where I introduced the show. So stay tuned and enjoy the show.
Welcome back. Well, we have Debbie Dotson here, who is going to talk to us about a brand new show called Let's Talk Tech. Well, I love the title. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you, Lisa, for having me.
You're welcome. So Let's Talk Tech. It sounds great. What are we going to learn? So what's it about?
Well, you know, it was kind of the show was kind of born out of, there were some discussions about technology in the village and in senior users of technology, and it kind of started when I wrote my first article for the Village Breeze, where I wrote about cybersecurity for seniors and talked about that, and then I pitched the idea to Paul, and so that's kind of where it came from. And then Paul and I talked about all the different needs that we have with regards to streaming, and what we could talk about on the show.
Right.
And so that's kind of where it came from. And what we're planning to do is my envision of the show was a variety show about technology.
Okay.
So not quite as fun, no singing and dancing, but you never know, I might.
Well, you know, I do hear that singing does help relay the message.
Well, I might have to hire a singer then because no one would want to hear me. But I do know some, so they could come on. So I started thinking about what would I want, and I started listening to a lot of the residents, reading some of what they wrote, talking to some of my friends. Mm-hmm. What would you want to know, and make it understandable in short snippets and humanize it.
Yes.
Because there still is a large fear of technology. Technology use is growing, but it's still, in our community, it's better than it was, but there's still ways to go.
I like the concept because, you know, we only have a short bit of time on this stage to really talk about things that are going on in the latest and greatest in technology. And we have had several doctors that have come on talking about your phone and how the technology on your phone has been so amazing, especially with diabetes checks and things like that. So that's certainly things you can dive into.
Right. And what we're going to do is we're going to do like the app of the month. And we're going to talk about specific apps and different. And then I saw an app recently about for hearing.
Yep.
I thought, okay, that's a great. So I put that on my list of things. And I'm sure, like as you know, being on this day, you can only cover so much in a half-hour show.
Exactly.
So I have this long list of what I want to cover in this show, but
right.
it's going to take a little time.
Well, you're not going to run out of subjects, that's
Never.
for sure, because every time, you know, every other month, something new's coming out. Now, interestingly, you had mentioned to me off camera that you have a tech background. You were working for a corporation. Tell me about that.
So I started out selling interactive whiteboards back 16 years ago. And I had no idea when I went into that field what that was. It was putting interactive technology into classrooms where the teacher would go up, and people might remember it was called a smart board, but that was like the Kleenex brand type thing. You know, it was just a brand name. And then I fell in love with education. So I started becoming trainer for the technology, for the software, the hardware, and just really fell in love with the professional development side of things.
Right.
And progressed over the years. So in March of 2020, my corporate job went away, and so I decided I wanted to work as an adjunct professor. I had just gone back and gotten my master's degree in education.
Wow.
Which I focused on learning and technology.
Perfect.
So I love teaching people how to use technology, not to be afraid of it. It's really not as hard as you think it is.
Well, I think it's overwhelming as people don't like to learn new things a lot of the time. It's like, what am I going to use it for, right? But we've certainly have found out that our iPads and iPhones and everything really is everyday life.
Oh my gosh, I was doing some research, and it's 51% increase. You know, there was 51% of seniors are using technology compared to previous years because of the COVID and the pandemic and the use of technology, Zooming with your grandkids,
Right.
FaceTiming, all the things, suddenly everyone was thrust into having to use technology whether they wanted to or not.
Well, exactly. And thank goodness for Zoom, because we wouldn't have had a station had we not been able to, especially do the Zooms, because a lot of our shows really relied on in-person stuff, but then the Zoom came along, so it was perfect.
Right.
Okay, so the show airs every Monday on Village Television at 10:30.
That's correct.
It's currently running, so what's the subject matter?
This month, the show is, we talk about phone scams and how that is really affecting the senior community. It's basically, the takeaway of the show is hang up.
Yeah, don't answer, just hang up.
Just hang up. You don't need to talk to them. I also interviewed Jack, who is the education chairman for the PC Club up in the PC Education Center, which is very cool. And then we also talked about TV here in the village. How do you get your TV? Every month we're going to have a question of the month, an app of the month, a scam of the month. So there's like a monthly theme, and then we'll intersperse that. I would like to, my plan is to have an interview with someone every month.
Okay.
Next month we're going to interview Chuck Holland, who is our IT director here.
Oh, yeah.
So, I have a long list, as I said, of topics.
Good. Well, I'm going to put the pressure on Paul. I think you need to get him on one of these days. He'll love that.
Right.
All right. Well, excellent. Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Good luck with the new show.
Well,
it sounds
thanks.
great.
Oh, I'm excited, and I hope everybody watches it and tells their friends, and it is on YouTube after this day.
Good.
After TV6, because we're trying to get everybody to use streaming. So guess what? When you use streaming, you have to use YouTube to watch TV6.
Exactly.
So
well, thank you.
Let's
and good
Talk
luck.
Tech. Watch it on Mondays. Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome. Thank you. And don't forget that every Monday at 10:30, you will be able to watch Let's Talk Tech and learn something techie. Awesome. All right. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, welcome to the first episode of Let's Talk Tech, a new show from Village Television. I'm Debbie Dotson, and I'm here to share high and even low-tech information with you each month during our show. We'll bring in different technology experts to talk about important topics, show you new apps, new devices, provide short tutorials on technology and related subjects, and keep you up to date on senior technology safety, all presented in an understandable and enjoyable way. We encourage you to send us your tech-related questions so that we can answer one on the air during our question of the month. In this episode, we will discuss the PC Education Center, phone scams, social media safety, and TV and streaming options in Laguna Woods Village. And remember, you can always email us with your questions at the email on your screen. So now, let's talk about phone and tech scams and what you can do to protect yourself. This is a really big problem for seniors and is growing daily. Just in the past few days, I've gotten several calls and texts. This is a rampant issue, from the car warranty messages to telling you there is a warrant for your arrest. Here's an example of a typical phone scam.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Ken Bermude with the Orange County Sheriff's Department. We've seen an increase in phone scams where con artists pretend to be someone they are not, including law enforcement officers. Don't be a victim. Trust your instincts. If a call seems suspicious, it probably is. For example, the Orange County Sheriff's Department will never require payment over the phone. If you receive one of these calls, contact the Orange County Sheriff's Department as soon as possible and visit our website to learn more about scams.
And joining me now is my sidekick, Sheryl Stritch.
Hi, Debbie. Debbie, what do you do if this happens?
Hang up.
I should hang up?
Yes, do not be afraid about being rude. Just hang up.
But what if they reach my recording? Should I call them back?
Oh no, don't ever call them back.
Sometimes they ask for information, and they seem nice. I mean, they have nice voices on the phone.
Do not give out any information. Don't answer any questions. just hang up.
I feel really funny about doing that. You know, they sound very nice on the phone, and I'd like to help them out.
Well, you really just need to hang up, and then you need to block the number. Here's how.
Click on your recent calls. Go to the number you want to block and click the little I next to it. Scroll down and click Block this caller. This will prompt you to click Block Contact. That number is now successfully blocked.
So remember, your bank or credit card company, or even the IRS or Medicare, they don't interact with you this way. Hang up, and if they leave a message, just don't call back. Sheryl, if you get a call or text for car warranty, winning a Costco iPad, legal problems, gift cards, hang up. Just block the number.
Is there ever a time that it might be important to interact with these people?
No, if there's a way to do that, if you want to confirm that it's a scam or it's legit, you should always look at the back of your credit card, call the number on your credit card, call your bank directly. The IRS, they send certified mail. They don't call people. If you get a call from an unknown number, also don't answer it. And if it's an automated voice on your voicemail, just don't respond to them. Never, never, never give out passwords, PINs, or personal information. Just hang up. Anyone you want to speak with is going to leave you a proper message and give you a legitimate reason, which you can always check. So remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And I want to leave you with these words. Hang up, block the number, don't call back. So now, let's just go over the things that you should remember to protect yourself. Add a spam filter app from your phone carrier. Check with yours to see what they offer. Many of them include them at no extra charge or a very small monthly fee. But remember, these apps are not 100% effective, so you have to still be diligent. If you get a call on the phone and it's a number you don't recognize, my advice is don't answer. However, if you do answer, hang up. Don't give out any information to the caller. This isn't being rude. This is being proactive and safe. Remember, we talked about blocking the number? Unfortunately, scam artists have access to multiple numbers, so they can actually call you from different numbers. I do spend the time blocking them every time. If they say it's a credit card company, a bank, the IRS, or Medicare, it's a scam. That's not how they contact people. Scam artists have access to a lot of local phone numbers. If you don't recognize the number, don't answer. If they leave you a message with a familiar name but not a number you recognize, don't call back. And if you are ever asked to pay a bill with gift cards, just hang up. The takeaway, just hang up.
You know, I would always say how much I loved the show every time, and you probably heard me say it quite a few times, but I really do love every show that I did here.
Hello, Let's Talk Tech fans. It's hard to believe that we've been on the air for a whole year. The September episode will be a little bit different and consist of the best of Let's Talk Tech, with segments over the past year from different months that were really popular. It was so hard to pick the best, though, because there were so many good ones. And obviously, I think each one was fantastic. So I hope you enjoy. Welcome to the September anniversary show of Let's Talk Tech. We have been doing this for 2 whole years, and it has been a great time. This month, we're going to feature segments that we've aired over the past year that have to do with streaming. And we'll kind of put everything together again for you from start to finish on all things streaming. So thank you again for your viewership, and here's our September anniversary show.
And next up, another segment I really liked.
Welcome to Let's Talk Tech. Thank you for tuning in today, where we'll discuss the question of the month regarding using AI and speak with Sheryl Snelling, who is a renowned expert in gerontology, about AI, age technology, and brain research. Well, Sheryl, here we are again. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, you know I love coming on.
I do. I love having you on. So, yes, we've had. It's been this time we've had a long run, so that's good of having you on for the questions.
Well, I have one for you.
Oh, I'm sure you do, because that's what you do.
That's what I do. That's my job.
That's your job.
No anniversary show would be complete without showing this segment called Cookies, where Sheryl eats the cookies when we talk about internet cookies. Everyone always just loved that episode. I hope you will too.
Hi, Sheryl. So glad you could join me this month to talk about cookies.
Oh, I'd love some cookies. But this is a tech show. Why talk about cookies?
Well, the kind of cookies we're going to be talking about today are those on the internet.
Internet? What do you mean? There are cookies on the internet?
Well, you know those little annoying pop-ups that you get when you go to a website?
Yeah.
And that little box says accept or privacy policy? Well, it's annoying, but they do have a purpose. When you hit accept, that website adds tiny files called cookies to your computer, and they aren't always the tasty kind.
So with these cookies, they can get my personal information? Oh, that's really scary.
Not always. Often I ignore them, but the information that appears on the screen offers you the ability to see what cookies they want to use, and you can make the choice. For example, there are tracking cookies, technical cookies, analytical cookies. Technical cookies make the website work properly so that you have a good viewing experience. If you could just take an extra minute and choose to have them only install the ones you need in order to have the website work properly, that would be the best.
So what type of cookies should I accept? I don't think I want any of them.
Well, for example, if you're using a regular browser such as Google Chrome, hitting accept typically allows all the cookies to be added. But really the only ones that are necessary are the ones that are called technical cookies. So taking a little extra time when that pop-up comes up to actually go through and pick what you want to use and pick technical only rather than marketing or analytic will help you to avoid targeted ads or worse.
And so at Let's Talk Tech, we always took our holidays pretty serious in the beginning and dressed up quite a bit for as many holidays and dressed the setup. So hopefully you'll enjoy these look backs as well.
I know you've been a teacher, so can you suggest anything that's both educational and fun for a 3-year-old?
As a matter of fact, I have some ideas for any age group and happy to share. Did you know that a child who's 10 years old today has never lived before iPads or Instagram? Or a 20-year-old has never lived before GPS or electric vehicles? It's amazing. But technology can help children learn by doing. Rather than just memorizing facts, an interactive play encourages thought and ideas. So I would say if a child doesn't have a tablet, that would be my first recommendation.
So I want to just say I really appreciate my friend Martin Rosa for acting with me on this episode about dating scams. Just remember, we're acting.
Hi, honey. I have a big problem.
Whoa, dear, what is it? You sound really stressed.
No, it's all right. It's just, never mind.
Well, now I'm worried. So can you please tell me what's wrong?
Well, I got into a little money trouble and just don't know what is going to happen. If I can come up with the money quickly, my money's in a CDs and I won't be able to access it for a few months.
Oh, that sounds bad. Well, how much do you need?
Well, $5,000. If I could pay that debt, I wouldn't be so stressed. And I know I didn't plan well, and it's my fault. It's so dumb of me.
Well, when is your CD going to come available?
Oh, in about 2 months.
Well, I guess I could loan you the money. I can wire it to your bank, and then you can pay me back in 2 months. I think I can swing that without too much money trouble of my own.
No, I can't let you do that.
Oh, it's fine. I don't want you to get so stressed that you get sick again. Just give me the information for the bank transfer.
Well, can you just use Venmo or Zelle and send it to my email address?
It's March and spring is just around the corner, but here in the woods, it always feels like spring. And of course, the wearing of the green.
Well, although it's the wearing of the green, we can't wear green on this show because we have a green screen behind us. As you showed last month, if we wear green, our bodies won't show up, which is why I'm wearing blue. But hey, it could be fun.
Hi, I'm here with Jack. He is the director of the Education Center for the PC Club. Hi, we're back with Chuck Holland, Information Services Director of VMS, and he's here today to tell us a little bit about some of the upcoming technological changes in our community. Hi, Chuck. Thank you for joining me.
No, I really appreciate you having me. I'm looking forward to our segment today.
Hi, welcome back. We're here with Tom Nash, who is the Vice President of the Video Club, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what we have here in the studio.
All right, we're in the control room of the Video Club studio, and we have a switcher you can see on the wall behind me, the various monitors and that sort of thing.
You know, one of the things we do is, in our technology, everything is the speed of light. So we're talking milliseconds and nanometers. So we get our transmissions from satellites, and with the magic of television, we could be there like that.
So here we are at the satellite dish. Look how cool this is. But I was really fascinating about Brain HQ and about exercising our brain.
Yeah, it's really interesting because when we think about brain health, a lot of people think, okay, crossword puzzles, is that going to help me? And actually, what we want to do is think about brain exercises. We want to think about exercising as much from the neck up as we do from the neck down.
Okay.
And what that really means is working out different regions of the brain. And so, for instance, if you play a musical instrument or if you sing along with songs, you're actually firing neurons in different parts of your brain. Mm-hmm. So what Brain HQ does, it's online software exercises.
Okay.
It's backed by over 250 peer-reviewed, evidence-based studies.
Okay.
So there's a lot of science here. And so what you do is you take these 7-minute exercises that you can do in the comfort of your home, but it teaches you how to work out different parts of your brain. And then you can step it up. So in the same way that you would go work out and maybe start working out with weights and you do the 1-pound weights and then you maybe go to the 2 or 3-pound weights.
So you up your brain.
Right, or you go further in your walks or
Okay.
you go faster. This is what it helps to do.
Okay.
And so when we feel like maybe cognitively, things aren't firing right, it's really great to go to these types of exercises and really understand that neuroplasticity is something that we all have, and we can rebuild those neural scaffolding and connections that help our brain health and help us stay cognitively,
active.
Well, welcome to Let's Talk Tech. And I am very happy this month because on with us today is our own Cole Young, who produces my show and his own show, which you might watch, called Sports Corner every week, where he talks about sports. So today, we're going to kind of flip the table a little bit, and I'm going to ask the question of the month to Cole, and then we're going to go over a lot of different options as it relates to the question. So thank you, Cole, for joining me today on this side of the camera.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun to be on the other side of the camera for once.
Well, I think if people watch you on Sports Corner, you do a pretty good job. You've come a long way. What are you on your second year of doing that now?
Oh man, we're coming up on 3 years in February.
Wow.
I think this week will be the 124th episode. So yeah, come a long way. From the early ones were a little rough, but we've come a long way.
Well, just like Let's Talk Tech, the early ones were a little rougher than they are now. And
right.
You
Gotta
never
work out
know.
the
I
kinks
still
a
have
little bit.
still have my days, right? But we've talked so much about streaming here in the village, and we are moving to that environment, and it's coming upon us very quickly. Let's Talk Tech, as you mentioned about your show being so old. Our show is actually going into its 4th year, or this is like the first episode of the 4th year.
Right. Yeah.
And so, one of the things that was the reasoning behind Let's Talk Tech was that we were going to move the village forward from this cable environment into this streaming environment. But, as much as we've talked about it, we haven't talked a lot about sports. And we have a lot of avid sports fans in the village, as you know.
Right.
So my question is really, there are so many options out there. So I was hoping today that you and I could kind of go over them and kind of what you think are the better and kind of the pros and cons.
Right. Yeah, sounds good. And like you said, there's so many different sports, and for each sport, there's so many different streaming services. So as a fan of everything like myself, it can be overwhelming trying to figure out, what I need to pay for, which apps I need to have and all that. We can start because it is October. So, it's middle of football season, which is arguably the biggest sport in the world. So we're in, a few weeks into the NFL season now. And there's so many different apps. And even this year, there's been new apps, and because there's games on new days. There was a Friday game, there's Saturday, Black Friday. There's a ton of different days, and with new days comes new apps. So yeah, might as well go through the list and see what's the best.
Well, that's it. Thank you so much again for watching and your support all these years. I do really appreciate it. Remember that technology help is just close at hand, a click away. There's classes going on all the time at the education center and at the computer clubs, and I'm always happy to answer your emails as well. But I want to leave you with my normal close, which is be kind when posting online and think before you click. Take care, and I'll see you very soon.